you love.
Feel good vibes and great music. This is Radio 44. Your music, your life.
Even the other stations are listening.
Let's go straight into it. How did your spiritual journey begin, and what exactly inspired you to become a spiritual and motivational speaker?
Um, I was in my engineering college. That's when my parents started coming to the Brahma Kumaris Center. And so, when parents are learning something, they're experimenting with it. So it was the talk at home. Obviously, they would want the children to start experimenting with it. But I'm talking of an era which was 30 years before. So academically, I was doing fine. So I didn't find the need actually for meditation or spirituality. So I was quite resistant. But then gradually, I saw a lot of change in them, especially my mother, who was following it with proper dedication. So I saw a lot of change in her, becoming more emotionally resilient, becoming more stable and calm, even if there were things which were not our way. And so one day, that too after a few years, not even immediately, after a few years, I don't know, it was maybe just the influence of the vibrations at home because there was yet no situation which kind of triggered me towards it. But just one day I said, I don't mind. I would also want to learn what you are doing. Let's see what it's about. And that's about 27 years back. So
Okay.
that's just how the journey started. And, we have this myth. We think spirituality is a different life and practical, materialistic life is a different life. That's not true. So doing what we are doing, being where we are, at home, at work, it's just about practicing self-care, taking care of your mind, and just taking care of how you're responding to situations, how you are with people in relationships. So that all became a journey of experimentation, of experiencing. There's never been any plan of becoming a motivational speaker or something. It never was. It still never, it still not is actually. So it's just that whatever we learn, and that's not just me, that's everybody in this organization. And I think that's any human nature that when we learn something and we like it, it benefits us, we just like to share it with everybody. You know what? I benefited from this. Even a simple diet experiment, we will share with 10 people. You know what? I experimented and I benefited. So that's all that how it has started, just by sharing with 2, 4, 10, then at the center. And then this TV program just happened actually. It's not been planned at all.
Okay, so it just happened, basically.
It just happened. Just happened.
We live in a world that is extremely stressful. I think whether it's relationships, whether it's work, we're all stuck in situations where it's really difficult to find happiness and to find peace. So, can you share some insights on how your teachings can actually help people overcome some of these problems that we face?
Just first clearing our own belief system, which is it's not the world that is stressful. It is I, the creator of my thoughts and feelings, who is creating stress in response to the situation. The situation doesn't create the stress. It's like, let's say, the table next to you. If 5 people were asked to lift that table, different people will have a different experience. Just depends on how physically strong they are. So someone would be need to lift it with 2 hands, somebody wouldn't be able to move it even with 2 hands, and someone would probably gently just lift it with 1 hand. So what is the size of the table? What is the weight of the table? It all depends only on this physical stamina of the person trying to lift the table. So somebody is going to find it simple, someone's going to find it tough, and another one is going to find it impossible to even move the table. So the one who's not able to do it, that person doesn't say, I am physically weak. That person says the table is very heavy and puts the blame on the table and still doesn't do anything to increase their own stamina. Similarly, situations, people's behavior, work related issues, they are the table of our life. They are the situations which we have to respond to. If I take care of my mind and strengthen my mind on a daily basis, my ability to respond to the situation is completely different. But if I don't take care of my mind, then it just requires a little trigger and I will react. And I will blame the situation for my reaction. So our vocabulary goes, I'm angry because of, and we have a name there. I'm irritated because of, and we have a name there. I'm hurt because of, and we have a name there. I'm happy because of. So every emotion we are creating, whether positive or negative, we are putting the finger out into the world and we're saying it's because of there. Situations are there. We are the creator of the response. We are the creator of the emotion. When we understand this fundamental equation of emotional independence, emotions cannot be created by situations. I am the creator. Then I take the next step of choosing the right emotion, the healthy emotion. And so, even if you experiment this for a day today and you decide that I can respond peacefully to people who are not my way, 5 out of 10 times you won't create anger today, even if you just take a simple decision. So, it's actually as simple as that. Only need to remember that they are not the creator, I am the creator, and let me choose that emotion which is healthy for my mind and also healthy for my body. Because it's now not just stress, anger, irritation in the mind, it is heart issues, blood pressure, diabetes, cancer in the body. And now it's also depression, anxiety, panic attack. So it's all starting from here. And then it goes into mental health issues, physical health issues, and conflict in relationships. So even social health issues and environment. It's affecting the environment. So it's all from here. So spiritually, there is a law which says our thoughts create our world. If I change my thoughts, my world will change.
The hits you love.
Feel good vibes and great music. This is Radio 44. Your music, your life.
Even the other stations are listening.
Now, as a goodwill ambassador of the World Psychiatrist Association, how do you integrate spirituality with modern day, mental health practices?
Actually, this is also something that just happened. Spirituality teaches us how to create our right thoughts and feelings and emotions. Spirituality shifts us from blaming the other person. Spirituality shifts us from blaming the situation for our failure. So spirituality gives us those tools and techniques for that. Now, those tools and techniques were being shared on the TV program or on the social media platform. And many people who used those tools, which are very simple tools which we learn at the Brahma Kumaris, they were able to sort out their emotional issues. And many were able to even sort out their mental health issues. So many were able to come out of their depression symptom. Some of them, a big number in fact, who even said that they were contemplating suicide. And because they were watching daily, they got that coding right, the programming right of the mind that, it's me, I can change everything. And so they came out of that. Many were contemplating divorce and they were able to resolve that because the power is with the individual. So it's not that we are doing anything, they are taking the tools and creating the magic in their life. And so because that happened, so that's how this thing came up about Goodwill Ambassador. But it's actually because, like in a mental health therapy, along with medicine, is a very big role of therapy, of CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. So it's teaching us how to behave in our mind. So that is what spirituality does. Spirituality teaches us how to behave in our mind. So it really helps with the CBT therapy, which psychologists and psychiatrists do with patients.
Okay,
And so
lovely.
I know a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists who actually recommend their patients to watch the program.
Okay, that's lovely. Now,
Because the psychiatrist cannot spend so much time with the patient, so they cannot. How many hours can they spend talking to somebody? So that's how they just recommend, and that's how this happened.
How can someone apply your teachings in their daily lives when it comes to success and finding happiness?
See, situations are there almost every minute. Even if I open the window and I look at the weather, it's a situation for me. I can either be happy, grateful, or I can complain, I can get irritated. People sometimes open the window and say how depressive the weather is this morning. So the weather is what it is. It is what thought I create looking at the weather. So spirituality is actually for practical life. Some people have this myth that spirituality is a different life and practical materialistic life is a different life. It's like life is the road that we are traveling, and spirituality is the tool which teaches me how to walk that road, how to take care when there is a pit, how to take care when there is an obstacle. So spirituality is just teaching us how to navigate on the road, something like a GPS actually. It's actually teaching me, okay, right turn here, left turn here, go straight. No, there's a traffic jam. Just have to hold the GPS and keep moving, and you'll just travel and reach your destination. So that's how spirituality is. So it actually teaches us what thoughts to create when someone's not behaving right to us, what thoughts to create when the body is unwell, and even what thoughts to create when a family member dies, leaves the body. So spirituality gives so much power because we understand I'm a soul, not this body. So we've seen so many people who've allowed their family member to leave with dignity when their body was not functional at all. And
Mm.
when the soul leaves, they send them with gratitude and blessings, not with pain and complaining that I cannot live without you. So that's the power. So it is applicable in the smallest situation, like somebody did not like me on social media this morning, to the toughest situation, a family member's left the costume. So it's the whole spectrum, but the tools still remain the same. It's not my teachings, it is the teachings of the Brahma Kumaris, and Brahma Kumaris have centers today in 130 countries all over the world, so many centers in Africa also. And the study that we learn is the same at all the centers worldwide. It's called Raj Yoga based on spiritual principles. And so it's not one or two experiences. Everyone walking into the center has an experience what they have created miracle in their life with their situations. And with media, what happened is it became a bigger family, which millions of people who've yet not walked into a center, but being at home in the comfort of their room, they're still consuming those spiritual principles and practicing that meditation. And so when I travel for programs, I get this chance to meet people one on one, and they will come and share their experience of how they have used the tool, because the power is all theirs. They get the information, but how they use it. Many have come out of divorce, like I shared. Many were contemplating suicide. And to be able to cross their failures in life during COVID, especially, you know, how to be in a lockdown, be alone, going through that COVID alone. So we had affirmations and meditations specifically for COVID time. And then we did a program about how to bid that final goodbye to your family member, even though you were physically not even present around with them. So these things are all happening using the power of media and social media. So the numbers are like, because every human soul has the power to create this magic. They just need to get the information and they are able to create all miracles in their life.
Yeah, in fact, you have about 12 million followers on social media, over 928 million views on YouTube. So how do you maintain a connection with your audience, and how do you ensure that your the Brahma Kumari's teachings can actually reach a wider audience?
Actually, again, I'm not really making any effort over there. I'm not doing anything about it. It's just that the programs which were recorded for TV, and now whatever public events we do, right? So we travel all over India and some other parts of the world. So we do events. So then we just shared the video of that event on the social media. I've really not done any one-to-one interaction on social media or any online program or nothing. I've not done anything of that. Only whatever gets recorded in all the events and all that is shared on the social media. So it's like this is what we have and this is what we're ready to share. Now it's up to people to take it, consume it, and then experiment with it and use it.
Now, there's a certain friend of ours who has actually listened to some of your teachings, and she just had a conversation with me today, and she was talking about how you've mentioned about karma, that if you put more white balls into the world, you'll get white balls back, and black, you get black back. So her question is, so what does this apply to everyone? And in the case of, we've seen people who have done really horrible things in this planet. So does karma always get them?
Yeah. Karma is simple law of energy. that the thoughts, feelings, intentions, words, behaviors that I create is the energy that radiates from me out into the world. And situations and people's behavior which comes to me is the energy which is coming towards me. So the law of karma says that the energy you throw out is the energy that will come back to you. It's like as you sow, so you reap. It's something we've learned since childhood. It's just that we need to live our life with those principles. So if I radiate care, love, respect, that's what it comes back to me. So when we say don't throw this ball, throw another ball, it just means even if a situation is not in your favor, even if a person is not behaving right to you, you radiate the right energy to them because your energy is your karma and your karma will create your destiny. And millions have experienced this that when we create pure feelings for somebody, if we consciously radiate blessings to someone, if we create forgiveness, one thought and you say, it's over, past is past, it's over, I release, I let go, I forgive. First, you feel light. You don't even need to wait for a consequence of that. You will feel light the next minute when you release and let go. Your body will feel better when you forgive someone, you release it. So you've already seen your destiny then and there, immediately. It is not going to happen later. And the soul with whom I was entangled in any conflict or any issue, I'm going to release that karmic account. And my vibrations will keep radiating to them and they will soon change. It is certain that they will change. And I will clean that karmic account with that soul. And spiritually, we understand that karma is not just of one lifetime because it's the karma of the soul, the energy. So when I die, the body finishes, but that soul moves forward, takes another costume, and karmic account continues. And so if we all see in our destiny, so many things happen and we say, but why did this happen to me? I've never done anything. It's because I've not done anything in this costume, but maybe I've done before. So when you say so many people who are doing wrong, will karma catch up with them? Karma is a law that works with everyone always. It's just that if I throw a ball out now, it is going to return. The rebound is there. It could be the next minute. It could be 10 years later. It could be 100 years later. But rebound is always there. Always.
Excellent. Now you're gonna be here in Kenya, and you are gonna have talks. There's the love, peace, and unity, and the key to success. So, what can attendees expect from these upcoming talks?
It'd be an interaction. There's no set program or a schedule. It's always just flows depending on what is said from the audience. So it's just a free flowing interaction where we reflect, we understand our thought processes, our creation of emotions, how it comes out into our field of relationships, and how love and peace is here. And I'm a giver of love and peace, not I want love. I want peace. We've all become like this. I want love. I want peace. And the one who I want it from also wants it. So everybody wants love and peace, but nobody's ready to create it and radiate it out into the world. So I think those are the principles that we'll all talk about and give people the time to reflect, to contemplate, and then take it back. So it's not about a session which is of an hour, hour and a half. It is about tools to take back and start creating that magic in your own life.
Excellent. Sister Shivani, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure and it's been enlightening. And we're looking forward to seeing you in person and attending both the programs.
Thank you so much. Look forward to meeting you.